All right, guys, welcome to Rubber City Throwdown. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Jeremy Caudill, and Jeremy Jr. on today's podcast talking about the Summit County Fairgrounds Honor Fighting Championship 4 Operation Reaching the Summit. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thanks for having us. It's
Oh,
exciting.
Man. I've been trying to get you on here for weeks now, man.
We've been watching every episode. We haven't missed one yet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Well, let's get right into it, man. A couple questions I know myself and my co-host here, Matthew, have for you. It's first and foremost, what got you into promoting?
I was introduced throughout life. I've owned a bunch of different companies, and I get introduced to all kinds of different opportunities. And a few years back, I got introduced to a pro wrestling company, and I told my son, I'm like, look at this, man. We're going through the numbers, and he's like, you're buying it. So, I mean, the investment was extremely small, and you know, I was thinking, man, this would be a great thing to do with my son, and he was all over it. He immediately started his YouTube channel, and that's pretty much how I got started in it.
And what's your YouTube channel called?
It's the JJ Boys OCW.
Okay, so
JJ
y'all hear that? So JJ Boys OCW, check them out on YouTube, man. Subscribe.
Yeah, the OCW is Ohio Championship Wrestling. He started it, runs it.
We also have a Facebook one for JJ Boys OCW.
Okay.
All right. You got anything on Twitter or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
I haven't got that far
Not
yet,
yet.
And
guys.
so,
Yeah.
and the OCW, that's your the sister promotion to Honor Fighting Championship. That's the wrestling.
Correct. The
And,
pro wrestling.
And something different with Honor Fighting Championship 4 on April 28th is that you're actually mixing for the first time. I mean, this is the first time that I've seen it, at least in Northeast Ohio.
Right.
Is that you're having wrestling and MMA, and you got live music. I mean, you're just making just a spectacle of it at this point. I mean, there's going to be tons of entertainment there during that weekend. So, what got you into MMA? Why MMA?
Dave Myers, we were buddies at the gym, and you know, I invited him to a couple OCW shows, and he told me, he's like, come on, man, you want to make some real money, do some MMA. And I'm like, all right, so.
And how's that working for you so far?
And we'll see after the 20 days. We could get 2,500 people there. It'd be pretty good.
Well, I mean, I'm constantly seeing people, at least on my social media feeds, individuals, guys I went to high school with, even women that I don't even associate with, that are posting the event. Hey guys, let's get tables. Hey, how many people can we get to get a table for this event? There's people sharing the micro wrestling event. I mean, there's people all over. I mean, there are people not even interested in mixed martial arts that are going to be attending this event just for the OCW, just for the wrestling, just for the midget wrestling. You know,
The midgets.
the midgets. You know,
It was great. It was amazing. Or not amazing.
amazing.
It was amazing. It was amazing because we were talking about it earlier, and how he has that phobia.
That phobia, yeah.
So I was hoping that there would be a point in time that we can get at least all of them surrounding him in the ring, and then just going after
Maybe
him.
for a
That would be great.
Photoshop. Let's say like there's, I definitely
You got to face your fear sometime, dude.
Well, I do. I've faced my fear many times, and it's not like I'm, you know, you get a phobia like you see a spider and you have to kill it.
Which he has
I don't
that
want to
too.
kill any midgets.
I got a story about that one too.
You know, I don't. You know, I'm deathly afraid of snakes. But you know, you won't see me drop kicking a midget if they come running up to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
No,
not like
instead
deathly
he's-
afraid
Instead,
of a
he's-
little person.
Instead, he's ripped like he is now, and you see him running from a lollipop guild chasing after him. It's
He was
hilarious.
dressed like a clown. It was a terrifying. I'm not afraid of clowns, but like I said, when I was in Afghanistan, the worst case scenario would have been like a midget terrorist with an RPG. It would have been terrifying. But No, it's just it's very downplayed, I think, or overplayed or overhyped. I'm not deathly afraid. It's more of an uncomfortable feeling when I'm around. It's kind of like, you get that uncomfortable feeling where you're like, oh, hey, what's up, man?
I'm only 3 feet taller
I
than
don't
you.
really know what to do.
These guys are a class act, and they are entertaining as hell, man. Everyone that sees them, that's highly entertaining. I'm looking forward.
I'm looking forward to. I'm actually looking forward to getting a picture with them. I told you, like, I want to get a picture of like me on the ground, like tapping out, and like all of them like dog piling me. Like that's my new Facebook. That'll be my new Facebook picture, profile picture right there. That'll be the Rubber City Throwdown cover photo.
Well, I'm just,
There we go.
I'm just trying to bring, people that normally wouldn't come to an MMA show. I kind of want to, so they're interested in the midget wrestling or a
Right.
band, and normally they wouldn't make it. So I'm trying to create new fans.
Right.
I want to do shows, since we did this partnership with iHeart, they don't want to do a venue under 5,000 people.
Right.
So it's like I have to figure out how to get these people here without having that star name, star power yet.
Right.
Especially so young into the promotion. I mean,
We're four promotions in.
yeah, we're getting ready to hit the fourth event, and the first one back in October I went to. We weren't covering it or anything like that. We weren't even podcasting at that moment. We had completely shut down at that point in time, and I was just there as a spectator. And there were still chairs that you could sit in. There was plenty of walking space. It was a good show. Isaiah the Beast Chapman was headlining that one, and he won, which was great for local MMA. Having the homeboy hometown homeboy win. But like the point is that there wasn't as many people at the first event as there was a second. I mean, in comparison, it was completely different. I mean, it went from I was able to turn around, walk around, stretch my arms
Right.
without touching anybody. And it was just me and a group of guys standing there watching the fights. There was plenty of tables left. There was plenty of chairs left over, and it looked like it was a first promotion. This is what we got, and then. January 27th hits Honor Fighting Championship 2. Now we're live on pay-per-view, online pay-per-view. Now we're selling standing room. All the tables are sold out, all the chairs, all general admissioners. Now we're selling standing room. And then we get to Honor 3, where you had to bring out every single chair that the Chaparral's Event Center had.
I brought them all out. I'm like, how many? I walked back there, tons of chairs left. I'm bring them all out.
Right.
And they actually told you that they were actually against you doing that.
Yeah,
like they
Was
were
it
like
the fire
"Don't-"
marshal that was worried about it, or just
Yeah, there was, and then I talked to the Ron,
Yeah.
owns the venue, and he's like, "Hey, Jeremy, I told him, I said, listen, I have to keep these fans happy. A lot of these guys are, they can't stand up that long. So,
Right.
yeah, I'm like, bring them all out. So we got them all out. It worked out great.
And it was, that was insane too. I mean, we were running the interviews. We unfortunately, we ended up getting forced out of our one interview room, which is a lot bigger. We had to go back into a main office at the Chaparral's Event
which
Center.
actually worked out better for us anyways.
Well, it worked out well. It was just hard getting the fighters back there. The next event's going to be completely different. We're going to be set up out in the open, and we're actually going to have an assembly line with the two mics, Mike Moran and the other Mike, the guy who does the photography.
Right.
And they're going to have a picture, then interview.
Right.
Just kind of run it down the line.
down the assembly
That
line.
way we ain't got to worry about chasing after fighters and everything like that. And it's gonna be a different experience for us being outside too. Hopefully the weather holds up.
It's all right. We're gonna have a canopy, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're actually gonna bring a canopy. We're gonna have weighted down our backdrop.
You know
We're
what
gonna
I'm
have
thinking?
a
If
lot
we want to
going
do
on.
if we want to do that with the mics, what do you think of a 10-foot long canopy? That way we can have everybody set up inside the 10-foot canopy, and then they can have their area set up.
No, this
on
next
those.
one, you talking about the next one?
Yeah, for-
it's inside.
Oh, is it
Oh,
inside?
yeah, it's inside.
Oh, okay. Well, the
It's
last,
huge,
well, the
huge.
last,
Yeah, we'll
the last
let you
event
guys
at
know.
the Summit County Fairgrounds took place was outside.
Yeah, this
So-
one's inside in the big
barn?
building.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
big,
Okay.
huge building.
So it's the
Holds
second-
5,000 people.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, never mind.
Yeah, then we wouldn't need a canopy, but we're still setting up next
Right.
to the mics.
Of course.
Yeah.
And the reason why we never did that before was honestly we just didn't know we had permission. We didn't know we were allowed to do that. And,
We're still getting the feelers going.
Yeah, that was our second event actually doing it. And And it's fun, man. It's fun interviewing the fighters. The fighters respond to it. It's something that not a lot of people are doing. Actually, I don't think any real promotions are doing active interviews because it takes a lot of work. It's a lot of frustration.
A lot of
we have
post-production.
our wives that are like, basically, we got one that pulls the fighter out after the fight. Then we got another one that's keeping stats and scores.
You guys do a great job, man.
So-
It's a really good touch to a good show, you know.
Well, we appreciate it, and we're glad that everybody can actually see it and appreciate the shout outs that we've been getting. I myself last event, I was like a little schoolgirl. I started squealing and everything on the Facebook Live and everything after you came out on the motorcycle. By the way, great touch on that, man. You made that go.
Terrifying because we were all thinking like, man, what's gonna happen if you just lose control?
No, see, that's the
Like,
thing.
and just
Start doing the burn. Just start doing the burnout.
But that's the thing is that he rides his motorcycle even in inclement weather. That's a real Harley rider right there. I mean, he's constantly on the bike, so it's not like it's second nature to him. I mean, he knows where his clutch is.
accidents happen, and I was
Last
just
year, I hit every corner of the U.S. All four
wow.
corners, 13,700 miles. So I'm definitely a rider. I love doing it.
Yeah.
Love doing this promoting. It was cool being out last year because I got to check out different spots. It would be, you know, very cool to do it. And
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Speaking of your popularity, by the way, I had the great privilege to train a guy yesterday, or actually it was Friday, in my truck. His name is John Williams. He actually knows you.
John Williams.
He says that
Springfield guy?
Yeah, Springfield
All
guy.
right.
So he said I was talking to Norman.
my stylist knows at Fiesta Salons down there
really?
to try kind of
Okay.
Janet.
Janet. Oh, yeah.
She knows you, and I'm
I
like,
actually went to her when I had hair.
I did.
Yeah.
I go to her. So every time I go in there, she's like, "Hey, how was the event? How was the show? How's Jeremy? Like, how's everyone doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, they're doing great." You know, and
I'm having a
the
full-on
event-
conversation with this
everyone
guy,
knows-
training him to drive a truck.
Everybody knows who you are, and I'm like,
I mean, that's my job. I need to put asses in seats, and I'm actually running for mayor of Clinton. coming up
Really?
Here, yeah. I'm going to run for mayor. Why not?
"Well, you have Rubber City. You have Rubber City Throwdown support."
Unfortunately, we can't vote because we don't live in Clinton, so we're going to change our address just for that 1 week. That 1 week of polling.
But with this event, you guys got Josh Roller versus John DeJesus, which is going to be a very interesting fight. And you said that John actually almost pulled out. Almost, it was an injury. Then he ended up calling back.
Some kind of injury, but yeah, he's good to go now.
And you said that you guys last time I had talked to you, you said you were feeling pretty confident in this card. I know that there was a slight issue with matching with Cage Thunder on April 21st, and then a week later,
Correct.
Honor Fighting Championship 4. So with an event that's that close together, you know, you get one fighter who wants to fight for this one, and then their opponent that you're trying to match him up with is like, no, I don't want to fight for that one. I want to fight for this one. And unfortunately, you end up getting that.
Yeah, Scott Corbin, our matchmaker of the year. He definitely was, you know, telling me, hey, don't do it. But this is the only date I could get to break into the Summit County Fairgrounds. So I told him that, and I said, listen, I don't want to wait another year because I want that to kind of be like our home base around here.
Right.
You know, to be able to pull 2,500 people each time.
Now
That's
this
my goal.
event, this one was initially what was it set for? Was it May 5th?
Yes.
And it was supposed to be in Dover, correct? Wasn't
That's
it initially?
Clay's Park or
No, they're Scott had a venue down in his neck of the woods. And,
Okay.
You know, we were thinking about heading down there, and
What ended up happening with that venue?
I'm not too sure. I mean, I came over here to the Summit County Fairgrounds. I'm like, yeah, this is it.
right.
Great deal. We get to, yeah, I love working with Talmadge over there. The
Yeah.
Talmadge police, their EMTs, everything's pretty easy so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to miss out on the opportunity to hit a Summit County Fairground event, man. It's
Oh,
definitely
no,
a big
not at all.
venue with the amount of advertising and promotion that we have, or that you have for this event. You definitely want to have a big venue. So
Right.
I think it was the right call. Yeah, it definitely just makes that. I guess it just made everyone's job harder. I actually have to work, you know. Matchmaking is hard enough, but So it's understandable. That's got, freak out a little bit trying to match these cards.
Sorry, he ended up doing a great job, and yeah, we're gonna have a good fight.
We're excited for it, that's for sure.
Now with I feel like I should know it's the music. So you got a live band. It's it's Buck Naked.
Buck. Yeah,
Buck Naked.
Yep.
Buck Naked.
Yeah, they're huge. They have a huge following, local following, and yeah, they're country, kind of rockish, They're so
And they're primarily made up of you use like ex-military or police.
police, first responders.
So the FOP is pretty much a big
Yeah, I
thing about it.
mean, every time I tried to go see him the last couple times, I can't even get in the damn place. I'm like, so I had to book them. I'm like, all right.
There you go. Hey, I mean, that's perfect for what
Yeah.
you guys do during the fights and everything else. I mean,
Right.
we try to get you as best as possible back behind that American flag.
Yeah, that's great.
Because we know exactly what you stand for and everything that you guys do.
Well, it's like so with a typical MMA event, usually you get the fighters that'll show up in the morning around 10 a.m. The OAC will get there for weigh-ins and everything like that. You do the professional weigh-ins the day before. With an event like this, where you have the OCW wrestling, you got micro wrestling, you've got Bug Naked that's performing, and the MMA event. I imagine the MMA fights will still take place around 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. What time do people need to start showing up?
I would say we're going to try to kick off the wrestling around 2:30.
Okay.
So
So at least like 1 o'clock.
yeah,
And then when is the band playing?
the band's going to play. We're going to have some wrestling for probably about an hour, hour and a half.
Okay.
See where that brings us. And then Buck Naked's going to play. Hopefully right before the MMA kicks off. So.
Okay, so then they're going to be like almost like an intermission type deal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And I just got word that I have to order some really big gloves because two of the midgets are pissed off at each other and they want to get inside the cage and go at it. They're just full go. I'm like, all right, perfect. I'll have you some big gloves.
Do it.
Yeah,
I'll bring my big
Yes.
gloves.
That's what-
Here you go, man.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna go up to their, bicep.
Norm, you're only 3 inches taller than me. I'm serious, man. It's
Well, my arms. Yeah, man. I wear 16-ounce gloves that come up to here. So yeah, it's. No, that'll be entertaining. Having a couple of the micro wrestlers or just the midgets. I was just gonna say midgets.
Dude, you're baffled by it. Every podcast that we've had.
I don't
so
know. I don't know how I'm gonna interview them. To be honest with you, like.
You're gonna sit on a chair.
No, I mean, like, what do I say? Like, what am I going to say to these guys?
How's it
Because
going?
obviously I'm not scripted into the wrestling story.
Okay,
that
so
they're
this
gonna
is
be
what you
putting
do.
on. So,
You ask them the same questions that we ask anybody else, and that is,
hey, how was camp? There is no goddamn camp. What are you talking about?
They're
There's
huge.
camps.
They
There's
travel
camps.
all around. Right after they leave us,
they?
they're heading out west. They're constantly booked. And these guys,
there you go.
the one guy, the champ over there, man, he's ripped. I mean, he's oh yeah, he's jacked.
Have him pick you up on his shoulder.
Right, have body slam. Yeah, that'd be great.
I just have you interview them. I hope they're not. I hope they don't. Watch
Really?
it.
Yeah,
I hope
let's
they don't
put the
watch the podcast.
6'1".
They're probably watching the podcast too. Like, yeah, we're gonna get. This
Yeah, I'm
guy.
6'1", and the camera won't even allow it, dude.
You had me interview Nick Brashear, who was 7 foot black and like
7 foot black.
you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Really, dude? Really?
Because black people are
So
tall.
much for boosting this post.
Jesus. you got to make it racist. You made it weird. You made it awkward. Now people are
Talking about Nick Brashear, we have Tradition 15 this coming Saturday, the 21st for OCW,
Mm-hmm.
and if you guys don't know, he's the Vanilla Gorilla,
Yeah,
and he
right.
started off in pro wrestling.
Yep.
Yeah, he said that on the interview.
Hey, listen, I've been having a lot of trouble over there, and I'm bringing his big ass in for my enforcer.
There you go.
And he's going to have the belt, and he's coming in, and yeah, we're having a 8-person gauntlet match. It's going to be good, so you guys check it out this Saturday. It's called Tradition 15, and it's like our Super Bowl. It's like our WrestleMania.
And where's that
It's
going to be located at?
At 2910 South Main Street. It's
It's right down the street, man.
Yep.
Yep.
It's in the Lakeview Elementary School.
Okay.
It's now right now it's the Coventry
My little-
Administrative Building.
My little
Right,
brother
right.
went to the,
That's I rented that place out. It's a home of Spinebuster University. We
Right.
have a really kick-ass pro wrestling school around here, and
How much is that?
the school.
Yeah, because like I've heard a lot of stuff, like a lot of like most wrestling schools you get into, man, it's like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
This is $2,000. School lasts approximately 10 months, 3 days a week, and you're guaranteed 2 pro wrestling shows.
Really?
So, yeah.
You pay the wrestlers? Those
yeah.
guys actually
Yeah,
get paid?
everyone gets paid.
See, like I said, I did the backyard wrestling where we no pay. We just did it for fun. It was, I mean,
Right.
it was fun though. I mean, it was always something that I was interested in. But yeah, because like I went to high school. You know, I know you might know him. You know the Meekin brother, the Meekins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went
Yeah.
to school. I was like really good friends with
All right.
Jeff and Mike, and I almost actually because I went to when they were wrestling over the Shamrock, and like over in Barberton, it was
Yeah.
like that little. Well, that little strip club bar or
Right.
whatever, right there. Those little
Right
small
next to
shows.
Francois. I don't know
Yeah.
how I know that. But
But no, like my favorite character was the Purple Hooter.
Purple
Jeff,
Hooter.
Jeff Meekins is Purple Hooter. Man, was my favorite character, and
That's funny.
I always used to go watch him. And I was like, oh man! And they were doing a school or trying to get a school going. I think they actually have a
Yeah.
school now, which is really cool for them. But yeah, I haven't spoken to them in God knows how long, man. But anyway, no. So yeah, you made me interview Nick Brashear. I'm 5'7".
we're going back to that now?
Yeah, we're going
Okay.
back. I'm 5'7". He's 6 foot something, 6'4", 6'5". I mean, look at the interview. I'm looking up at the guy, and then Trevor Styles comes in, who is 6'4", and I'm again looking up at him.
And then the post fight, you had me do it.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then it's like,
no,
oh, wait, that guy
post
must
fight's
be-
coming in. I think wait. Did you do the Trevor?
did- I
you did
did the
Trevor
Trevor.
and Nick.
No,
I did Nick Brashear's post. I think.
No, I did.
Did
you
you?
need a
Yeah,
little
I did.
riser block. That's all you need.
We need to put him in
I-
platform
well, I
shoes.
think I
That's what he
gave-
needs.
I gave him Nick for the post fight, and then I ended up doing the Kayla Kip.
Yes.
Because she was more.
Oh,
height, you know?
and then we put him with Jessica.
Yeah,
I.
the UFC veteran
Yeah, that
Jessica.
was,
So-
came
that was
in.
great.
It was hilarious because right before I hit the record button on the camera, I looked at him. I was like, "Hey, Norm, finally somebody your height." He just looked at me and said, "Thanks, man. Shut up." It was great. It was funny as hell.
That was fun. It was actually that interview was actually pretty interesting because like, yeah, your adrenaline's pumping, but you're trying to stay
Right.
calm, and you could see it in the video where I'm like staring at the ground because like
Don't make eye contact.
I have short.
She'll smell the fear.
So I have these because I suffered a TBI when I was in Afghanistan, and so I have short-term memory loss. So I'm sitting here going like staring at the ground, and I'm like trying to think of questions like don't forget. And I'm trying to like rattle them off pretty quick, and.
All he got out was pretty much the major things
Well,
that are
like-
going on in UFC news. That's
Yeah,
it.
UFC fight to win. Well, that's what I want to cover. She had the fight to win that was coming out that week prior, which she won.
Yeah,
by
she
the
won
way.
that.
And then now she's got she's fighting Jessica Rose Clark, or Jessica Clark Rose. Can't remember that. I think it's Rose Clark. But at Singapore, UFC Singapore. So
It's Rose Clark.
is it Rose Clark?
Yeah.
And but yeah, man, it was fun. So yeah, interviewing the midgets. I'm gonna make you do it. Just because
Dude, I'm gonna have to sit down in a little wheelie chair
why is it gotta be a wheelie chair?
because I like wheelie chairs.
Well, you
And
guys
they're
heard it.
adjustable.
That's why he's getting the wheelie chair. But
Let's try to get my son out there maybe to interview a couple of them. You know,
I have absolutely
you know,
no
get
problem
like
with that.
I've got no problem
No.
with that at all.
He has some cool questions and.
You want to do it?
I don't know about that.
What do you mean? Oh, come on.
Maybe.
You know, hey,
So
what
it's-
kind of pet do you have? What's your favorite color? People love hearing that stuff. Yeah, they
Yeah,
love it.
it's
Yeah,
not the
that's
ordinary
any-
question.
yeah, not the ordinary questions. Yeah,
Yeah, we don't want the ordinary questions for a
Right.
pre-fight. We don't want to know what they're going to do in the ring. We just want to find out what they
Yeah, who they are.
eat, who they
Well, as
are.
far
you
as
know,
the,
do they have kids? How is it to go from place to place and not be at home? I mean, that's what it is. Is that your home? Is that what you guys wanted to do, or stuff like that? I mean, it's just weird stuff.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do it.
Yeah,
think
I've
we are.
got no more. We'll get him a little Rubber City Throwdown.
I was
yeah.
just thinking about
the,
that.
I got the idea. You know, we're up at the Browns game, and they have on the big screen there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have someone probably his age
Yeah.
interviewing the
Yeah.
You know, some of the
Yeah,
football players.
interviewing the football players and asking them questions like, "Do you have a pet? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite sport?"
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. I think we can do something with that.
I think we're gonna implement a microphone now in the in the pre
I
and
think
post
for-
fights. Just so, do we
I think
use
for
something
reaching
to
the
do with your
summit-
hands, man?
Dude, so do you.
Yeah.
Me, what do you mean? You're the one who's like,
You were doing this with your shirt. You were doing this with your shirt at the bottom of your shirt. That's what you were
I
doing.
was
You're
not.
Yes, you were.
I'm gonna go back and watch these interviews now. I thought for the most part, I kept my hands interlocked.
No.
Yeah,
No.
that's. I mean,
No.
and you got to stop saying awesome.
Dude, what else am I supposed to say?
Nothing. You don't say anything. You don't have to fill in like a half a second of dead space or
Dude.
dead air.
How did this get to me being critiqued by Norm? How am I believe that we've got a pretty good following right now because of our interviews. I think I'm doing all right. I'm just gonna stop doing the
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
the
I'm not
Talladega
gonna-
Nights thing with
We
my
actually
hands.
we got more. We had more likes when you were doing the interviews, all the interviews, and then then when I came in and started doing, we got less likes. So maybe
right.
maybe it's my face. Maybe people don't
No,
like
it's
seeing
because
me,
they
right?
wanted to find out who the midget was from the OCW that's doing all the freaking interviews.
Yeah.
I'm
right.
just kidding. I love you, brother. But no, everybody wanted to find out who the heck this short person was, and we finally found the card that had all the tall people, and that's probably what happened.
I'm sure that's exactly what happened. But so let's talk about. Are you able to talk about what is it? The water park you just got, right?
Oh,
Like,
yes.
Can you talk about it?
Yes, I can talk about it. I love talking about it.
Dude,
People
I
love
was-
it when I talk about it. I put a post out there. I've never had a post. It had 1,000 shares. Did you see
No,
that?
no, I didn't see that.
1,000.
1,000.
The very first one.
Yeah, I
Why
was
can't, why
1,000
can't our
shares. I couldn't
why can't
believe
our
it.
podcast get 1,000?
because we're not Jeremy Caudill. That's why we don't drive. We don't,
But anyway, back to it's called Cam Tim?
Kim Tam. KIM-TAM.
Kim Tim?
Kim
Tam.
Kim
Tam.
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 Kim
It
Tam.
was named after his two daughters, Kimberly and Tammy.
Okay.
Okay.
I said
It's actually
I'd gone
pretty-
to Clearwater. I'd never actually gone there before.
You remember
so-
You remember Clay's Park?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
It's set up very similar to that. It's actually like a real lake with
Well,
sand in it.
Yeah, I've driven by it. I just
Yeah, and it's got a big. Doesn't it have that big pavilion in the back?
Yeah, it has
also?
3 pavilions in the back, and one of them has 2 bathrooms, a walk-in cooler. So if you want to have a wedding reception, give me a ring.
I might be taking you up on that offer. We're supposed to be getting married next year.
Oh, that's
sometime.
great.
Oh wow, that was a great
Yeah.
joke. Give me a ring. Ring. You put a ring on it.
Yeah.
So
Talk
you
about,
gotta
hey,
give
look,
me a
my
ring.
new wedding ring.
I actually wanted to. I just got
Tattoo,
I just got
tattoo.
my,
You caught on to that one
You're
faster
right.
than I did.
I
That's
just
for
got
sure.
my new one because like when I was heavy.
Hey
when I
Amber,
was real
where's
heavy,
mine?
I had to get mine cut
Lost
off
here.
because I had gained so much weight, and so I ended up having to get mine cut off. So this is we got the new. I actually wanted to do that. And I think the wife wanted to do something.
Can't
like
take
that.
this one off. Tattoo deal.
So did you have that idea because of watching Duck Dynasty, or was that
That's a
just
pretty.
No,
That's a pretty
no.
common thing. You see that in the military a lot because you can't
Right, you
wear
can't
a wedding
take it off.
ring when you're in the field and when you're in downrange because
they could get caught on?
they get like a machine gun you rip your finger right off, just
Right.
right off.
No, I happened to see it on an episode of Duck Dynasty. They wanted to find out, hey, what's the best thing to get my wife? Well, I'm going to get her initials tattooed on me instead. And then it came into the ring stuff. So
Gotcha. So are you trying to put on events? This is what I'm curious about. You going to do events at this place?
That is one of the reasons I was very interested in the place.
okay,
There's a great spot there that I'm going to make a venue.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So then,
That way you don't
are you going to make any?
have to pay a venue cost.
Right. I
And
can get
You
everything.
just pay
Yeah,
the
yeah,
taxes.
Pretty much. I mean, but I could have concerts, wrestling, MMA.
Right.
I'm gonna make it. Have you guys ever seen what is that? Not Full Throttle Saloon, but the Iron Horse Saloon in Daytona. How it's built.
I've been past.
It's like
it, yeah.
it's like elevated up around
Mm-hmm.
the stage area. That's how I'm gonna model it.
Okay.
You just need to get a cage in the middle of the lake, and then instead
Put
of
it on
charging
floaters?
people seats, just people will just floating on
Dude,
the floaties, watching
okay.
the fights.
Yeah.
Norm, that turns this into the biggest redneck venue ever. Because do you know how many rednecks love, and I can say that I am one. So yes, thank you. Straight from Southern Ohio. You're going to have a lot of people on floaties with their koozies, and then they're going to have their freaking igloo coolers tethered to them,
They got
making
people
it
on
look like a
little
redneck
canoes.
yacht club.
Talking about that. We have an idea where we're going to bring in an outdoor movie screen.
Oh,
and,
a floating
so you
screen.
could sit around, float around at night, and we could watch movies in there.
Dude, that would be
Wouldn't it-
amazing.
Listen, I can't wait to
The
do that
floated
with
movie
Jaws.
theater.
Somebody sent me that. Yeah,
And then throughout the middle of the film, you just send somebody with a fin right through the middle of them.
That'd be pretty. It's endless ideas out there. It's great.
Oh yeah, definitely. I
love
mean, you've got plenty of ideas for the winter as well. I mean, you could easily the lake freezes; it's not moving.
Yeah.
So you could easily turn that into an ice rink if you could get the
Yeah,
Zamboni out there.
half of it will freeze. Other half, it's all spring fed.
Right,
And it's so the deep end, they say it never really freezes very well, but the shallow end, yeah, that's something we could definitely do.
How much people, I've been thinking about this, how much people do you think, if you're going to start having events there, how much people do you think that you could get there?
Yeah, what is the capacity on that? I know
More
it's
than 25.
I know it's about what 4 acres, 5 acres.
It's 15 acres.
15.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
I
more
was
than-
way off.
It's more than
15 acres.
2,500.
15 acres. I actually have the property across the street from it under contract also.
Really,
5 acres just for parking because I plan on packing the hell out of it.
Jeremy, you think of everything. You said- did you get these?
Well, I mean, it's just like
Look,
No?
I've never had a real job my whole life, where you have to go in, clock
Right,
in.
nothing 9
I've
to
never
5.
done it, and ever since I've been, younger than him, my mom always would tell me, "Listen, do not get stuck in something that you hate to do the rest of your life." She would preach that to me, and I didn't really understand it at first because I think she was telling me that when I was like 2 and 3 years old, and that's all I remember, So she's always telling me I could do anything I wanted. And so thank you, Mom. Thank you.
I mean, it's an amazing feat for you as a person in getting yourself involved in so many things at once and making them all flourish. I mean, you're a part of the Honor Fighting Championship. You're a part of the OCW. You're a part of now Kim Tam.
I think he's not a part of. He is.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He is the man. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I work my butt off, and
Yeah.
I try to show him by example, and I'm all for working.
And honestly, you're setting up for your kid. How many kids do you have?
I have 2.
You have 2. I mean, you're setting up. You have an older. You have an older one.
an older one, and
And how old is your oldest?
he's 24.
24. Okay, so, but no, yeah, especially for your youngest, you're setting up kind of like a, hey, you could take over. This is what you could have eventually.
This is
you could
my
be a part
empire.
of this
He's-
eventually, and he's already. I mean, he's already got the YouTube channel going. He's already halfway
showing
there.
houses for
How
him,
old are you?
too.
How old are you, Jeremy?
I'm 9. I'm going to be 10 this May.
I mean,
9 to
Jesus.
10. Go
My
ahead
son,
and pull
my
up,
son, my
pull
son,
up, pull up Kim Tam on the satellite view from Google Maps.
But yeah, that's nuts. I mean, especially if you add on, you utilize some of that acre. If you build your own arena, you know what I'm saying?
I was thinking about that with the land across the street. There's in the beginning, I'm probably going to use it just for parking. There's I could have camping over there. There's a lot of things I could do with it over there.
Right.
So I just really wanted to tie it up. It's a pretty good deal. So it's hard to go wrong with it over there.
Well, exactly. I mean, and like I've said before, is that when it was open back when, it was actually a very big thing. Like a lot of the people from the Springfield area and the Green area, they would all go there,
Right.
Because it was the closest. And then you had Talmadge having their own over here off of Eastwood.
Yes.
And
And actually, I'm getting, I'm in the works right now, but I'm trying to buy all of Eastwood's, equipment over there. Like their slides, they have rings, they have.
they've got the big slide over
Oh
there.
yeah, they have the big one. They have 2
Yeah.
big ones. I'm going to try to get it all and bring it to Kim Tam.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that's been shut down for a while too.
Yeah.
He's got to go all out.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things that we've lost Geauga Lake and we've lost the Water Kingdom there, so you don't have that anymore. And then you've got, here it is. Press F11 for me, dude.
Yeah, what's that doing?
Oh,
Enhance.
F12.
Enhance.
No, that's not. Okay, stop. You're gonna break.
Enhance.
You're gonna break the computer. Stop it.
What do you want me to do?
It full screens the whole thing, but never mind.
Who gives a crap?
Yeah, watch your language. There's children. Man. So yeah,
You
so
ever hear his mom?
you know how often parents have said that stuff. You know, oh, you know what my kid hears at home? Are you kidding me?
it's-
FCC got nothing here.
My kids hear it like my daughter. So I've been told by other parents has a pretty foul mouth. My 14-year-old, and I'm like, oh well, I apologize.
So then, is there any major changes that you're thinking about doing with it?
We'll see down there where the tennis courts are.
Right here?
Yes, that's where I'm gonna create the venue at.
Okay, so you're not going to utilize any of the pavilions back here.
No, it gets wet back there. There's a swamp back there, and I don't want to. It stays pretty dry right there.
Okay, right here.
So yeah, I'm thinking that will probably be the best spot there,
Okay.
and I could utilize a lot of that from the river right there
Yeah, right
on
here.
this side. Yeah.
That would be nice.
See, I've always asked my dad, wouldn't it be so great to own your own campground? You can have a lot of cool events there. It would be just a great time. This would be the perfect place to have the campground with good events. It would be a great time.
I'm supposed to close Wednesday to Friday. Sometime around then. There's a few other things that needs to be done. They're working that out now. As soon as I close, I'm going to go over there. We're going to do a huge ribbon cutting ceremony.
Yeah.
And the place looks like shit right now, and I'm going to make sure that I get all the how it looks bad. As soon as I do that, the guys are going to be ready. I'm going to have 50 people, man. We're just going to come in and we're going to knock it out, and probably the cosmetics of it, I think I could get it done pretty quick.
Well, if you need any driveway work done or any asphalt work or concrete work, give my company a call. SNKI.
Really, got to plug your company on the podcast.
Yeah.
Where's my
Where do you
plug?
think-
Where's my plug button?
Are you serious, dude? Half the money that I put into this comes from them.
That's all right. Yeah, let me
SNK
let
asphalt
me
and
know, because
concrete.
I actually do you guys do any concrete pumping or? That's
We
kind of-
can, I believe. We've got two
Yeah,
concrete crews, so
'cause I have some slabs over there that.
I'm pretty sure that we can make something work. Nick Scariotis is a really good guy, so you should know him if you're from that area. I mean, he runs for mayor of Hartville every year, or every time that there's an election. I don't know how that stuff works, but yeah, get a hold of S&K and see what they come up with.
What's the shallowest?
Probably
It's
like-
a couple feet. It's
2 foot.
Not much. Yeah.
Telling you, man, get that elevated cage, baby. Elevated cage right in the shallow
That
end.
would be. That's a great idea.
Right
I
there,
love
man.
it.
No, you don't even have to, dude. Just put it right here. Add on to this
'cause
right here.
That's deep, man. What you want to do is right there, that little right at the beginning, man. Have the fighters walk in, so they don't get wet, and then right here.
I love that idea.
Right
I
here,
love
man.
it.
You put the cage elevated in the water because it's already elevated by like 3 feet, 4 feet, maybe. I think like 3.5. Right, so you're already above the water.
And that's fresh water, so it's
Right?
not
I
salt,
can't
right?
wait to
The
tell
only-
the athletic
the only-
commission this. Yeah.
Honestly, it'd probably be the first time ever that the Ohio Athletic Commission and the judges, everybody's saying it, that would have to wear life
Right.
vests to officiate an
No,
event.
that's not going to be it. It's going to be like Jimmy Buffett's bar, where you're sitting in the water. You got your chair right there. You've got water up to here, so your microphones and everything are going to be up here. So you're looking at everything, going, "All right, there's a big wave. Steve, where'd Steve go? Steve's drowning."
Be the
Steve's
first
drowning."
MMA event where we'd have to have lifeguards on duty.
Right.
You know, I'm telling you, yeah, right here. You put the cage right there. The fighters walk in. You got a little bridge.
No, you'd have to come.
know.
Yeah, you'd have to bring him out from over here because this is the main pavilion. So
No,
then,
you gotta set up. I don't know, we'll have to set up. That's a long walk, man. But
No,
no,
you
get
just
all
have
the
it set to
people,
where
get
the-
everybody around watching. All the people in their floaties, right here.
Redneck Yacht
I'm
Club.
telling you,
right.
man, this whole area would be just filled with just people standing there and it's just floating. You got the girls, You know, the girls, the
know what you're
waitresses that walk around in
Waitresses, yeah.
bikinis, running out there. With,
No, they're gonna be on little jet skis.
I'm telling you, man.
Hey, we could bring the Amazons out in stilts.
Right?
It would be really cool if like all this stuff works and we have an event going. It would be really cool if we were to get like a sky picture of
All you
the
need,
people
all you need is a
around.
drone. That's all you need.
Right.
A
That would be
drone.
very cool.
Oh, that's gonna be next for us, dude. For all these outdoors, I'm serious. We need to buy a drone so I can just pilot that thing, just put it
would
right in your
be
face.
That would be great.
I'm definitely excited
Have it
about this.
hovering
I
over
mean,
top of your head.
we're probably going to have every weekend. We're probably going to have wrestling because you have built-in kids right there,
Right.
Right.
fan
right.
base, and yeah, just like an add-on. And with the Spine Buster University, the students,
Right.
you know, to get them work in front of a live crowd is huge.
Yeah.
So
Oh man, now you'd have to tether that thing too. There's a lot of concrete going into that. That is a lot of concrete because that's got to go into the ground at least 7 foot to be able to keep that whole rig not moving.
now that I'm looking at it this way, it would be so cool to have a zip line going across.
That's
that
what I was
shit.
thinking too. I was
Yes,
what
that would
park
be
is that
cool.
has a zip line? It's
Yeah,
Clay's
Clay's
Park.
Park, yeah.
Clay's
Yeah,
Park had it because
going
my
right
mom
across.
fell off of it.
Yeah, she did.
Mom.
Oh, did
It's,
she?
it's elevated over here, and yeah, I like it.
Your mom was
I
the
like it.
reason why they had to install padding on the ramp, that wooden ramp.
No.
Yeah.
She was the reason why they had to put the freaking non-slip grip onto the
No,
bar.
they used to just have like a ramp. So if you fell, you hit the wooden ramp and then just kind of roll
It was
off.
our
She was the
Pee Wee
reason-
baseball.
Yeah, you know the Pee Wee baseballs used to have like the picnics out the Clay's
Yeah,
Park.
where you got your awards and ceremony and all that stuff. We're out there. My mom decides that, all right, my son's going to go swimming and everything. They had this little island and everything. The zip line went out to it. I'm going to get up there and I'm going to do that. Now, thankfully, my mom, she just had bariatric surgery. Congratulations, Mom. She did the first time she used to stop going and singing karaoke with my aunt, his mom, because of her being insecure about herself. She actually lost 300 pounds almost.
Wow.
And-
She hasn't lost almost 300 pounds. She's lost as much as me.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I
she's
thought it was
lost
like
140.
she was okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Listen,
She was
100. This is incredible, man. I just seen his pictures from your guys' first.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, last
it's
year's
just
podcasting, yeah.
it's unbelievable. 'cause
Yeah, my mom got
I
her
struggle
surgery.
with weight myself continually. It just runs in my family, and it's hard as hell to lose 10 to 15 pounds.
Right.
150. That is awesome, man.
His
inspiring.
mom
My
was
mom-
the reason. His mother was the reason why I first started looking into bariatric weight loss surgery. She got hers done
3
a
months
month.
before.
It was a month before me. She got hers done May 9th of last year, I believe, or mid May of
Yeah,
last
somewhere
year. I
around there.
got mine June 21st of last year. So we're a month apart. But yeah, that's how that started.
So I apologize. My mom was over 300 pounds. She's lost all the way down to like she's 100. She's the 230 pounds now.
Something, yeah, and that's still. I mean, for a woman, you're still like, oh, that's 230 pounds. No, that's trust me. Ever since
It's a
I've
new life.
met
It is
his
100%.
mother, yeah, it's
My
like
my mom's never been skinny. She's
Yeah.
had a thyroid issue
Yeah.
since she was, born. So I've always known my mom to be big. So she was big at this time at Clay's Park. She was probably pushing somewhere around 310, 320.
honestly, we couldn't even tell you we're so young.
Right. But, so she gets onto this zip line, doesn't even get to take off.
Right.
She slips on her one leg, hits her leg on the platform, falls about, what was it, 20 feet?
Nah,
Not even?
I don't know if how long. She had a bruise on her thigh
From when
That
she
was- I mean,
compacted or impacted the water.
Yeah.
She got rushed off in the ambulance. I'm sitting out there in my swim trunks going, where did my mom what just happened?
Wow.
Who
I was
just
on the
fell?
rings. The
Yeah.
rings. I love those rings, man.
But,
Never
those
made it
are cool.
across.
my mom had both hips, bilateral hip replacement done as well because she found out that she was diagnosed with bilateral hip dysplasia, which runs in my family. So that's the whole main reason for the bariatric surgery. So she had no hips. So in order for them to do that, they were like, we're not going to put new hips in you if you're over 300 pounds.
Right.
That just is to set you up for failure. But yeah, that's what happened at Clay's Park.
All right, but yeah, no, we're definitely looking forward to getting that park up and going, and
Real
Hopefully next year we could start doing some events.
Real
get some
quick,
events there.
what's your ETA on opening?
Well, Memorial Day weekend.
So you're planning on having this ready to go?
Yeah,
by then?
it probably, it definitely won't have everything that I want, but, I'll be able to open it up. I'm going to have like a meet and greet.
Okay.
As soon as I get it up and rolling a little bit, then I'm going to get people out there. I'm bringing in a big smoker, feed everyone for free and try to sign them up on season passes.
There you go. That would be awesome.
Oh yeah, man. Well, listen, guys, that's about it for us. Real quick though, again, this is Jeremy Caudill. He's the promoter of Honor Fighting Championship, and they've got an event April 28th at Summit County Fairgrounds, where not only will you be getting some MMA in, man, you're also going to be getting some professional wrestling. We're going to get the midgets coming in here and doing their thing. We got local band Buck Naked that's coming in. You got live music. This is going to be a good time, guys. Definitely check them out at Summit County Fairgrounds at 229 East Howell Road in Talmadge, Ohio. And that's Honor Fighting Championship for Operation Reaching the Summit. And until next time, guys.